Hi guys. So I like to start out on the street and kind of give you a little bit of a street view. The sun, however, is going to kick my butt when I turn around. Anyhow, Cherry Meadows, very popular neighborhood in Yelm. It's probably one of the most popular neighborhoods out here. 300-400 homes in here probably. A little park or playground about 5 doors up the street. You can't quite see it. It's on the other side of that wood fence. There's another playground on the next block over. And I've sold a lot of homes in this neighborhood. The home there with the green Jeep is a young artillery officer. The home on the other side of the home with that white pickup is a young CID guy. So again, very popular neighborhood. And I'm gonna go ahead and head into the house. So this home, the roof on this home is the original, but it's a 35-year rated architectural shingle. So it's got a lot of life left in it. The siding on these homes is called Hardy board, so it's a cement-based siding. It's great. It's the most popular thing around here for this climate. You can paint it, you can change colors, unlike vinyl siding, but it's impervious to moisture, impervious to rot, that kind of thing. And then the only thing on the house that isn't is this white wood that you see like on these columns and the door and window wraps and stuff. That is real wood. It's develops problems like that right there. And when we do a home inspection, that of course is one of the things that the home inspector is looking for. Caulk separating along this seam, things like that. And that's something that an inspector would call out as a minor issue and say that's something that you want to take care of when you go to paint the house. So anyhow, we'll go ahead and head in. I did open it up and did a partial walkthrough. I have my tape measure in my pocket, and I will get measurements after I do the video, and I'll just put the measurements in the email. I also, you'll see when I'm doing this, I tend to pace off rooms, and I do it so much I'm pretty good at it. So anyhow, looks a lot like it did when I last sold it. I think I mentioned on the phone that I sold this home to a warrant officer when it was brand new about 12 years ago, and then sold it for him 5 or 6 years ago when they retired. So but like I say, it looks pretty much like it did when I sold it. This flooring is a pretty high quality flooring. It is a Pergo type of thing. It's not a real hardwood, but it's in really good shape for its age. It's weathered very well. And in the kitchen, everything looks to be in good shape. There's obviously the normal little dings and things down around the bottom. I have not looked in the listing. It's typical for people to leave all the appliances. The only thing that some people will take is a refrigerator. So I'd have to, again, look at the listing and see if they've included the refrigerator on the listing. And then the countertops in here are a Corian. So they're manufactured to look like stone, but they're not real stone. So, and I'll take a peek out the back here. Pretty typical size yard for the neighborhood and for the zoning. Our current zoning here is 7 per acre. And what they do is tell the builders, if you can figure out how to fit 7 per acre and fit your roads and your sidewalks and your playgrounds and everything, we'll give you the permit. If you can't figure out how to make 7 fit, we won't give you a permit. So this is a pretty typical rectangular lot. Sometimes you see some really strange stuff when they're trying to meet those zoning requirements. So looks like they've dumped their grass clippings or compost over here in the corner. So, those gutters could stand to be pressure washed. The paint on the house looks pretty decent. You can see, I don't know if you can pick up the difference in color, but there's been some touch-ups done on this back wall. And I would say the house is due for paint in the next couple of years. And I would also say that in this real estate market, you might have an inspector that comes and says, it's getting close, time to paint it. The seller is not going to paint it. They'll just wait for the next guy to come along that doesn't ask for paint. So anyhow, I'm going to head back in and we'll head up stairs. Well, we'll head to the master and then up the stairs. And I just remember, I had kind of forgotten, but the folks that I originally sold this house to, his mother was a dependent and lived with him, and I think she stayed in this downstairs bedroom bath, and they stayed up. So this is a decent sized room. I will measure it, but I'm going to say it's about 12 by 10. So 12 deep, 10 wide, and typical closet. And the bath that goes with it with a fan. It's only a half bath, so no shower or tub. And then this goes to the garage. And gas appliances. They've got some built-in cupboards there. I'm not sure what they're storing in those. But again, gas appliances, gas furnace, gas water heater. And that's something also on an inspection. If they haven't been serviced recently, the inspector is going to recommend that we have a licensed HVAC guy come out and inspect them. And it looks like they were last inspected in 18. So, yeah. Kill this light. And laundry on the first floor. It's kind of right in the middle of the house. So I guess everybody has their own preferences or their own sentiments about that. It's gotten very popular to put the bath or to put the laundry upstairs in the last, I don't know, 10 years or so. But anyhow, and here we've got some issues down here along the bottom edge of this wall where people have hit it going up and down the stairs. And paint touch-up spots. And this is something, you know, in the market of 10 years ago, let's say, people would have, you know, repainted the house and done those kinds of things, probably necessary to achieve a sale, but it's just not really necessary in this market, and so people are not doing it. And don't get me wrong, this is not bad, but you can see, you know, little spots where people have kicked walls and kicked molding, little spot nail pops. So, and as you can tell, I'm really zeroing in on the negative more than anything. I mean, you can see what's in the video, and the same with an inspector. I mean, you do an inspection of a brand new house with a good reputable builder, and you're still going to come up with a punch list. That's just kind of the nature of the business. So, as far as sizes on these rooms go, this builder, his name is Scott Griffin. He built this neighborhood, built a couple neighborhoods in Lacey. He always builds these oversized child or additional bedrooms. So this room is probably a 12 by 12 with a little small walk-in closet. And I'm going to bet that the other rooms all have these little walk-ins, which is nice. Okay, I say that, and then this one doesn't. But and kind of a little cubby hole there. So the upstairs master. And again, I'm sure you can see in the reflection there where the old holes from old hangings have been patched and things. But again, this is pretty normal stuff. I'm not seeing anything terrible. And we haven't really talked about inspections much at all, but regarding inspections, I have a couple of inspectors that I like to use. One is Boggs Inspection Service. The other is a guy named Keith Bowman. He's a prior Marine and prior contractor and does home inspections. See, this is a wet area here by the shower, so you'll tend to see stuff like this. Anyhow, so one of those folks would be who I would recommend for the inspection. I coordinate it, I attend it, take lots of video. And the inspection is considered to be first and foremost structures and systems. So the pipes keep the water in, the drains let the water out, all the electricity works the way it's supposed to work, that kind of thing. Secondarily, you have a little private throne room, that's kind of nice. It's just the toilet and that's it. Secondarily, safety. So things that would harm a pet, harm a child, that kind of stuff. You know, a stair rail that's too close together, you get a head or somebody's head stuck in it. Exposed electrical, that sort of thing. And then lastly is cosmetic. And it's generally accepted with cosmetics that unless it's something that was a hidden condition, then that's the way it is. And you know, you're expected to observe these things either before you make your offer or what have you. So it makes it a little bit more difficult with the video, but I'm trying to be as thorough as I can. And as I say, I'm not seeing anything scary. So, but that's kind of the last thing, cosmetic, and people do not expect to be asked on an inspection for cosmetic repairs, like repaint the whole house or something like that. Now, if we were to move a throw rug and find a hole in a carpet, that would be a legitimate, you know, it was hidden. We weren't aware of it. And we want it repaired. So, and another one of the little walk-ins, if you can call it that. So I'm going to wrap this up here pretty quick. I'm going to head back down, I think, and out the front door, and then come back and measure. I don't know if I have anybody waiting out there or not, but I'm kind of in between other people that are wanting to show it. So, the guy, when I called the other agent, and he was like, Phil, you just sold this one. So I think he kind of, yeah, that vibe kind of goes. It's like, okay, I've sold this house twice before. Let's go for a third time. So that's, you know, he's kind of like, yeah, let's get you in there. Anyhow, so I think we've done a pretty thorough look. I'll come back in and measure these bedrooms real quick. You can really see the paint touch-ups along the stair here. But again, that's pretty typical. You get 5-6-year-old paint, and that's what you got. So, anyhow, I'll get this video uploaded and over to you guys ASAP, and talk to you soon. Thank you. If you hear what sounds like a coon hound, that's our dog.